Hello tacticians! Because the Mythic Journey content must flow, and because a guildie asked for help with that of Thaumachus, here's a theoretical on Thaumachus just for you, Kumal. And yes, I know Thaumachus is a low priority hero, but even those need some love occasionally, and so do our guildies. Mission 1. Defeat an overwatching enemy with Thaumachus. Finally a mission where we need to get a little creative again. The most convenient way of completing this one would be in an arena, or an LRE stage against the Tau, or maybe the Riptide and its side chicks, because there you could bring Sibyl to give Thaumachus and his buffers infiltrate. But after a little digging into the campaign stages, I found normal fall of Cadia 13. The first mission of Thaumachus' Mythic Journey is for him to defeat one overwatching enemy, and that should be possible here in Fall of Cadia using some creativity. So the plan here is to bait out this guardsman to climb up on this hex using Archimatos. Then the Cadian last cannon here on the next turn, or well, its turn, should move here, where Archimatos can body block it by spawning a bloodletter on the Cadian. Now, the thing is, this last cannon mustn't shoot, and Thaumachus needs to be in range of it, which should be possible by positioning something like this. There. The Yazagor is here to give Thaumachus that one extra hit he will need to destroy the last cannon in one attack. So, you see how the last cannon top right just didn't fire? That's all according to plan. So now you can use Yazagor's active to give Thaumachus an extra attack, or well, an extra hit. Move Thaumachus up to the cliff where the guardsman doesn't matter, and destroy the last cannon. And that should be the mission done. Now just mop up the remaining enemies and call it a day. There. Just like that. Moving on. Mission 2. Deal 7000 damage to enemies on fire hexes with Thaumachus in one turn. This is definitely an arena mission and should be quite easy nowadays with Ahriman and maybe the Forge Fiend or Zakar to trigger Ahriman's passive without damaging the designated targets, and with Abraxas, Yazagor and maybe Eldrion to further buff Thaumachus. The second mission of Thaumachus' Mythic Journey requires him to deal 7000 damage in one turn to enemies on fire hexes, and I think this arena may work for it. The Dante up there is a little inconvenient, granted, but maybe that can still be worked around. So I'm gonna position like this, and that may prompt Dante to jump here rather than here. We will see. Good. So now I'm gonna set Carian on fire. Put Eldrion here. Do I want that? Probably not. No, I'm gonna put Eldrion here. Thaumachus goes into position. Then what do I want to do with Abraxas? You know what, with Abraxas, I'm gonna start a drop already there, because this turn I will do a lot of psychic hits, and I'm not sure he will get an opportunity to drop after this. And now Even from the high ground, Carian is rather damage resistant. Okay. Yeah, and I'm stupid because I wanted to buff Thaumachus with Abraxas too. Cool. So yeah, that was only, I'm gonna call this 4000, and this a little over 3000 actually. Oh, this may have been enough, but yeah, I really should have put Abraxas here for the summon everything part. Next up, I will set Dante on fire and drop Ahriman's active and use Eldrion's active here. There. Okay, that's LD gone, but that's okay. Oh wait, not LD. Ahriman. Huh, even better. There, I don't really need to worry about there being fires anymore. So now I just need to destroy them piecemeal. There. There. Not unexpected, not really a problem either. There, that's 3 was debuffed. And stage cleared. Nice! So even though I screwed up, this may have even worked. I will find out when I do the actual maths in editing. Whatever. Moving on. Mission 3. Defeat 90 units with Thaumachus. That's fewer enemies than usual for this part of the journey, and funnily enough on a hero with a splash attack where some single target heroes have to defeat a full 100. I still think the best chaos stage for infinite kills is normal Fall of Cadia 67, so that's where I'd do it. The third mission of Thaumachus' Mythic Journey requires him to defeat 90 enemies, and while it doesn't necessarily have to be in one battle, that's how I like to do these. So I'm gonna go here to Fall of Cadia normal stage 67. I'm gonna position a bit like this in the southwestern corner. There. Now Thaumachus will be able to splash every turn. And after a few more turns of letting the boxcasters fill the board, so that all the summons acting before them so that all the summons acting before them form a sort of a buffer so that the boxcasters can't even accidentally get themselves killed. And maybe after stacking a few stacks of Abaddon's passive, Thaumachus should be able to score a double kill every turn pretty reliably, and on some of the turns he may even get a few battle fatigues, up to 4 kills total, which is just perfect because every turn here you get 5 extra guardsmen. And the battle fatigues here should count, so everything should be peachy. Just make sure you have something to watch or to read as you go, because this is gonna take a while, especially if you want to get all the 90 defeats in one fight, which is very efficient. Oh, they didn't pop up here. Well, that's unexpected. Now they're here again, so pop, and like this continue just until you feel like you've killed enough. I think at this moment, point, time, whatever, you got the idea, so this is where I'm gonna cut the video and move on. Mission 4. Score 5 hits with Thaumachus in one turn. This mission is a Pestilian check, with the backup solutions being giving Thaumachus a melee hits up in the TA, which the opponent may have something to say about, or by buffing Thaumachus' melee hits with Galgords, Vitruvius, Thaddeus, and Dante in the normal arena. But ideally you will want Thaumachus' ranged attack buffed by Abraxas' passive, Yazagor's active, and Pestilian's passive for the 4 ranged hits, and the Smite Splash for the 5th one, because that should be very easy to do in Fall of Cadia 67. The 4th mission of Thaumachus' Mythic Journey requires him to score 5 hits in one turn, and that's gonna be possible rather easily with Pestilian, Abraxas, and Yazagor on the team. So I'm gonna go to Fall of Cadia 67 again, because I think here it will be rather easy to do. First up, I'm gonna position the buffers like this, and Yazagor all the way into the corner. Next, I will wait until I am a bit more swarmed, but this time I don't really care about the Voxcasters running out, so it will take fewer turns. There. Good. Now I want a bunch of Cadians around, so that no matter how Yazagor uses his active, Thaumachus will always have a target where he will be able to splash it. In fact, I may even want to do this. There, this looks even better. So now I'm gonna use Yazagor's active on Thaumachus, putting Thaumachus adjacent to both Abraxas and Pestilian, and when I attack something at range with Thaumachus, that thing should take 4 hits, because 1 from Thaumachus, 1 from Yazagor's active, 1 from Abraxas' passive, 1 from Pestilian's passive, and the splash should be hit number 5. And with that, this mission should, at least in theory, be done, so I can clear the stage and move on. But I'm gonna cut the recording here, because you have seen me do this plenty times enough. Is that even English? Plenty of times, and yeah, I might as well. So, moving on. Mission 5. Deal 90,000 damage with Thaumachus. The final stretch of the journey, the traditional last grind, the obligatory much fun, very wow. Normal Fall of Cadia 67 should be pretty decent for this mission, with potentially 868 damage per turn thanks to Thaumachus' splash on the ranged attack, but Elite Fall of Cadia 29 may work even better with 1105 damage per turn without having to worry about positioning, provided your Thaumachus can survive. The 5th mission of Thaumachus' Mythic Journey requires him to deal 90,000 damage, not necessarily in one battle, but that is definitely an option here in Elite Fall of Cadia 29. So I'm gonna start by positioning properly, which should be something like this. And while this cannot be quite automated, the positioning should be very safe, assuming your Thaumachus can survive the initial bombardment. And also I'm gonna get a few stacks on Abaddon, so that Thaumachus can deal with the 1000 HP summons that will be popping up next to him. There. Okay, I cannot kill anything safely anymore, so I'm gonna just wait for the map to get full. There, the Cadians are starting to pop up here, so poof, that's 1000 done. That's 2000 done, and yeah, looks like gold one, Thaumachus doesn't have any issues surviving here, just will need the occasional heal, but that's fine. So, like this, you would continue until you have killed 90 of them or so, or at least until you think you killed 90 of them or so. And I think with that you already got the idea pretty much down, so this is where I'm gonna cut the recording and move on. And that's how roughly I will go about my Thaumachus' mythic journey if I ever get him to that point, but that's rather unlikely because Thaumachus is quite a low priority hero for me. Sure, I'm running the Thousand Suns in the tournament arenas, and watching him mind control Isaac and then having all the enemy cultists destroy the whole enemy team is fun, but this one use isn't quite enough for me to justify building him. And on that note, I think I said everything important about Thaumachus, so this video should probably have been over about 2 minutes ago. So thank you for watching, Tactician. I hope you enjoyed it, and to see you again soon. Kaurin, out.